Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Getting to the Facts. I'm your host, Andrew Curiel, and we're a day away from Friday, guys. Just a day away. So I'm excited to get into the podcast today. Try to give us another good topic to go over, and really just make sure we're paying attention to what the hell is going on. The biggest thing that I hate is just people lying to me. I know I say it all the time, but I really just don't like being gaslit at all. So that's what we're going to get into. I know there's been some things that the Biden administration has been saying about how the economy is good, and that we're not going to go into recession, and that we had even the press secretary even go in on saying the average American is actually feeling good about the economy, which I don't know any average American that is saying that they feel good about this economy right now. So we're gonna go into it, guys. We really got to pay attention to this because they're saying this stuff on national television. They're saying this stuff on CNN, on Fox News, on MSNBC, and if it's false, so we just need to point it out when we can. So we're gonna go in here. We got the first topic. Biden tries to flip skeptical Americans on his economic plan. U.S. President Joe Biden, this is according to Reuters.com, U.S. President Joe Biden worked to lift Americans' dour mood about the economy with what his aides billed as a major speech on Wednesday in an effort to shore up top political weakness as he seeks re-election. Biden, whose two-term president has witnessed a sharp rebound from the COVID-induced recession, has nonetheless watched his public approving ratings sag under the weight of voter anxieties about the direction of the economy. Job creation and low unemployment are the positives, while elevated inflation and the knock-on effects of spiking interest rates over the past year in areas such as the housing market have stoked fears of recession. And we're going to go into the low unemployment numbers and job creation because I don't really, based on the data, it's not really job creation, guys, but we're going to get into it. Speaking in Chicago, the U.S. president reintroduced his vision of middle-class American prosperity that includes taxing the wealthy to invest in areas critical to national security, including semiconductors, educating workers, and improving economic competition, Biden said. This vision is fundamental break with an economic theory that has failed Americans' middle class for decades now. More than half of Americans disapprove of how Biden is handling his job, while just 35% of respondents approved of his stewardship of the economy, according to Reuters' Ipsos poll conducted this month. Voters rate the economy as their top issue. The U.S. economy grew at a 1.3 annualized rate in the first quarter, and unemployment was at 3.7% in May, when inflation rose at 4% year-over-year rate. White House aides see those inflation figures as elevated but headed in the right direction under Biden-backed policies designed to reduce deficit spending and lower costs on a range of products from insulin to concert tickets. They could leave the concert tickets alone, in my opinion. Still, Federal Reserve officials have said that they think they have a long way to go to get inflation back down to healthy levels and may need to raise borrowing costs more, which could cause a recession. Guys, I mean, again, this is complete gaslighting. And this isn't even the worst of it. This is just him trying to, say what he's doing is good, which I mean, if I was president too, and even if things weren't working, I'd be like, well, you just haven't seen the total outcome yet, So, I mean, I get it. He's trying to play the game. But this is really where I think Americans are going to be upset is we're going to scroll all the way up here. Karine Jean-Pierre, which is the press secretary for Biden, claims that Americans feel good about their finances, according to the Washington Examiner. During a press briefing earlier today, White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre claimed that Americans feel better about their personal finances right now relative to the past few years. She implicitly gave credit to President Joe Biden's policies, but there is no data to support this claim. Each year, Gallup polls people on this exact question. In April of 2023, 55% of Americans said their personal finances were either only fair or poor, while 45% said their finances were excellent or good. Looking toward the future, 50% say they think the situation is getting worse, and 37% say they believe it is getting better. These numbers are all worse than they were when Biden took office. Since April of 2021, the proportion of Americans who say they have a good or excellent financial situation has gone down by 12%, by 12 percentage points. And again, guys, April of 2021, we were a full year into the pandemic by this time. Okay. We were a full year into the pandemic at this time. And he just took office in January of 2021. Okay. So his policies have been what we're basing it off of ever since January of 2021. And the proportion who says the financial situation is getting worse has gone up by 20 percentage points since 2021. So since he took office, the financial situation has gotten worse by 20%, according to polls. The last time confidence was this low was in 2008 at the low point of the Great Recession. For the middle class, this is the worst they have felt about their financial future at any time since Gallup started asking the question in 2004. And again, guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We need to worry about the middle class. The middle class is what elevates the entire country. Okay? We want lower paying jobs to be paid decent, but they're not supposed to buy a home making lower income, lower class income. Okay, we're talking $30,000-$40,000 a year. Middle class income is the only way you're going to buy a house. The only way. Okay, we need to incentivize people to keep progressing themselves and keep moving up and finding better jobs and better opportunities as time goes on. I mean, that's the only way that we're going to get out of this mess. The only way. And it just seems like everybody's so set on, let's raise the minimum wage. No. Because it's just like homeless people, and giving them free housing. They're not going to value it, right? If we just up Taco Bell jobs and McDonald's jobs without them actually earning that raise, it's just going to bring down the quality of work. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed ever since the pandemic. I mean, they're getting paid more for fast food employees than ever before. And I'm telling you, my food's getting messed up more. Sometimes it's not even like, if I'm going to Taco Bell, like it's not even like the burrito's not even wrapped correctly sometimes. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Okay. And we need to really not worry about those jobs as much as making sure middle class is getting taken care of, because then it's going to make the people that are just working these Taco Bell jobs be like, man, I really want to get one of those jobs. There's incentives to keep moving up. And I mean, there's incentives already, but I mean, it's just, you really have to pay attention what's going on, guys. You really do. I mean, there's never been a time where I had a job where I wasn't looking for a better opportunity. You always got to have your one eye out looking for a better opportunity, no matter where you're at. Okay. I don't care if you're making $100,000 a year. If you're making $100,000 a year, great. Feel good about the job that you got. But you should always be looking out and be like, oh, is there another opportunity that I like? And it's not just about pay. It's also about workplace environment. And do you like where you're working at? Great. If you like where you're working at and you're getting paid $100,000 a year or whatever amount of money that allows you to live comfortably and pay your bills and save money and go on vacations, by all means, stay there. Be loyal to that job. But also don't have all your eggs in one basket, and I think that's something that we're not really pushing in today's world a lot. But going back to this, guys, going back to how much they're saying how many more jobs that we've increased over the years and all this, I think that's, again, a little bit gaslit. Because if we go back to 2020, again, 2020 was when the pandemic hit. We lost, and this is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, non-farm payroll employment in the United States declined by 9.4 million jobs in 2020, the largest calendar year decline in the history of the CES employment series. Guys, 9.4 million jobs lost in 2020. And again, they're saying how many jobs they keep bringing in. Okay, but we're just trying to catch back up is my point. And so let's go to 2021. And according to employment projections of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the economy rebounded in 2021, regained approximately 4.6 million jobs. However, this equates to only about half of the jobs that were lost from 2019 to 2020. As a result, the 2021 annual average employment level, which forms the baseline for the 2021 to 31 projections, remained well below pre-pandemic levels. Guys, again, our president is trying to say how, oh, he's added all these jobs. No, you're not adding jobs. You're finally letting the jobs come back because of all the restrictions that we had because of COVID. I mean, it's really insane how he can even try to even say this on national television. And the only reason he can, guys, the only reason he can say this is because the average person is not paying attention to what the hell he's talking about. They don't care about politics, and that's why I really started this channel, because we need to get more average people more aware about what the hell he's trying to say. Like, look, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. If Donald Trump was trying to gaslight me like this and say, oh, he added all these jobs, but we just had a pandemic that lost 9 point something million, but we added 4.6 in 1 year. Ooh, no, I'm not going to go for it. I'm not at all. And let's just go. We're going to add 2021 and 2022 and see if they even added back all the jobs. Okay. And again, according to EPI.org, historic job growth in 2022 reflects strong but uneven economic recovery. Nationwide, the U.S. economy added 4.5 million jobs in 2022, the second strongest year for job growth in the past 40 years, because we had a pandemic that we haven't seen since the Spanish flu in the early 1900s. Guys, just Google this stuff. Google this stuff. And a testament to the success of pandemic relief and recovery measures, blah, 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 blah. That's just more gaslighting, more opinion type stuff, which I really hate. So look, guys, from 2021, 4.6. 2022, 4.5. That's 9.1 million jobs. How many jobs did we lose in 2020? 9.4 million. We are still 0.3 million jobs away from completely catching up from the amount of jobs that we lost from the pandemic in 2020. Come on. Come on, guys. It's really laughable that our president right now is thinking that he can get away with bullshitting us. Excuse my language. And it's very frustrating as a 30-year-old. I'm not old yet. And you're acting like I'm stupid. You're acting like I don't pay attention to what the hell's going on. You're messing with our money. You're messing with our finances. You're also messing with our freedoms by making us lock down during the pandemic. And even after you took office in 2021, you were still trying to force people to get vaccinated, at least for federal employees. And then you're having backdoor business meetings with the private sector trying to be like, well, we can't enforce the private sector to get vaccinated, but you can make them get vaccinated to work there. That's not against the law. That right there is socialism. That right there is the federal government getting their hands into the private sector and determining what the private sector does. Okay. And again, we're in the United States where personal freedoms matter. It still matters. Okay. They're really trying to get rid of it, but it still matters now. And we need to protect this stuff, guys. We really do. So, really just wanted to make sure we saw what the hell's going on here and just the gaslighting they're trying to do on how the economy is. Because we all know, all us average Americans, whenever we go to the store, whenever we try to go out to dinner, whenever we try to do anything that costs money, everything is more expensive. Everything is more expensive. And for our president and the press secretary and everybody else that's just falling in line with this, for him to say that, or at least for the press secretary to say that the average American is feeling good about the economy is absolute BS. And again, I'm an independent. This is, again, a topic that both sides of the aisle should be able to agree on. The economy is not good right now. It's holding on by a string. Okay. It's holding on by a very thin string. So, we gotta be smart about who we elect. We gotta be smart about making sure that the people that we elect are actually going by what they're saying that they're going to do when they come to office. And they're not just going to follow a political line of whatever party they're a part of, whether it be Democratic or Republican. Like, obviously, you have views. If you're in one party or the other, you have views that more coincide with that party. But that doesn't mean that you just straight fall in line with every topic. Again, that's why I'm an independent, because I feel like sometimes there's good things that the Democratic side points out, and there's good things that the Republican side points out. Lately, it's been a little one-sided because of just how extreme things are getting. But, for the majority, guys, it just an independent is the best. That means if you're labeled as an independent, that means you're critically thinking about each policy that the candidate you're looking at is saying that they're going to do. And you're looking at it in a way to where, okay, are they actually going to, like, does their track record make me feel like they're going to follow what they're saying? And that's what we need to pay attention to, guys. It's not about one side of the aisle or not. I got love for everybody. I want everybody to succeed in life. I want the average American to have the best chance in the world to keep moving themselves up from whatever financial class that they started out as kids. That's the beauty about the United States and the beauty about what we have here. So just wanted to make sure we're on the same page, guys. I hope you like the topic. Make sure you press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're moving up, guys. We're moving up. We're already at 48 subscribers. I just started the channel, a week and a half ago. So we're moving in the right direction, and it's all because of you guys. So we're going to keep moving in the right direction. Once we get, we start growing in subscribers, I'm going to start doing little handouts and stuff, and not even handouts, but like little giveaways and different things like that, just to keep growing the channel, keep giving you guys content that you guys like, but also keeps us informed, at the same time. That's the biggest thing that what we're doing here. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and enjoy that weekend coming up. And we're going to keep getting after it, all right? But I'll see you on the next video, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.